Hi, my name is Nicola Kearns and I am a writer living in County Leitrim. I was invited by Paul Kestill to give a reading of some of my work for Speakeasy Skibbereen. I should actually be in Skibbereen right now doing exactly that, but unfortunately because of this coronavirus it just hasn't been possible. But I really hope I get to go to Skibbereen soon and meet everybody there. In the meantime, I'm going to give a short reading of something that I wrote just a few days ago about my own experience living here in County Leitrim during the coronavirus. I hope you enjoy it. I can think of nothing to write, because suddenly I have been given everything I ever wanted, time and lots of it, but now the words don't come. I sit here in my pretend office. It's actually my mother's backfield. She is not here, my mother. Social distancing and cocooning, these new phrases have lengthened her stay in Galway. She is exiled from her home. And I am here, breaking the 2 km restriction to collect post, turn off central heating. I brought my computer just in case. As far as my eye can see, there are fields in the mountains, and trees, hundreds of them, and cattle in the next field, and everything is golden under an unusually warm and bright Leitrim sun. Normally everything here looks a washed out colour of green and grey. But during lockdown it is a different colour. The trees and the hedges, until recently nothing but bare branches, are full of colour and humming with the birds that nest and mate in them, and the bees who steal honey from the flowers growing on them. I saw fish jump in the canal which runs alongside my lane. Not just one or two, but a whole shoal of them, jumping with glee at the freedom, and no diesel in the water, and no barges and no boats. I miss the barges and boats, but I prefer to see the fish and them jumping, causing ripples that hypnotise me. I can see right down to the bottom of the riverbed now, again because the water is no longer full of oil or rubbish thrown overboard by lazy tourists. I have a feeling of unease, as though I am missing school or work, waiting to be caught and forced indoors when the sun wants to warm my pale skin and kiss it with freckles. No tanning booths are open, no hairdressers, no beauty salons. My nails are recovering from the damage done by gels over the years, while my hair is fading to a colour I have not chosen from a chart. But it is silky now and chemical free. The curls that I spent a decade having professionally straightened are now falling around my shoulders. I like it this way. I look more like a person I tried not to be. But still I can't write. My hands rest on the closed lid of my laptop. I take off my shoes. Grass tickles my feet and I watch as a ladybird slowly walks across my toes. I remember the rhyme my grandmother taught me. Ladybird, ladybird, fly away home, and I am amazed that I can still remember the words. I thought of her, Alice, my maternal grandmother, how she would chase me from her kitchen on a sunny day to get the sun on my legs. I rise my skirt a little and scrunch it under me. It isn't long before my knees begin to redden. I tell myself that you can't get sunburn in April, not in Ireland. There is a chainsaw being used somewhere nearby. I stand to look over the yellow wind bushes and wave. The sawing stopped. He waves back, a big man, maybe in his 60s or thereabouts, a stranger. He walks closer and I pull up the straps of my top. I'll stay the 2 meters, he shouts. I laugh, nod my head. You're minding the place, he asks, his hand pointing towards the cottage. It's good to see it lifting again. I look back as though surprised it was there. The wild woman in the woods is what we jokingly call my mother, and her buying a wreck of a place in the middle of nowhere. To get away from you lot, she'd reply. You know, the unnamed man said, that house was tossed during the famine. My eyes widen. Tossed in the famine. Yes, an eviction, but I'd say those stone walls are the same ones. They'd only take off the roof, you see. Thatched it would have been. I turn around once again to look at the cottage. Yes, I could see the stone walls, the ones I complained about, saying they made Wi-Fi and mobile phone coverage impossible, with the thickness of them. You're the writer, he shouts. Your mother talks about you, though I don't read myself. I smile, nod my head. I am. You're working on something now, he shouts again, this time pointing at the unopened laptop now lying on the grass. No, I reply, feeling the sting of sunburn on my knees, just thinking. Sure, isn't that where it begins, he says, and the chainsaw starts again. I walk back towards the cottage, place my hands on the cool solid walls and listen to their tale. I hope you enjoyed that, and I really hope to meet you all very soon in Skibbereen. But in the meantime, please stay safe. See you soon. Bye.